Yes, my people, welcome back to another video. Today we return with the Liverpool save on the back of last video where we faced Barcelona and Manchester United in a double live com. Now, I did say that we would be back with a single live com today, but we are not. I was going to come back here, but that is too far away. So instead, we face Chelsea at home in the Carabao Cup and then go away to Wycombe Wanderers in the FA Cup. Now, since you were last here, we played against Barcelona away, as I said, and against Man United away as well. We've played a lot of games off camera. As you can see, we are now in January, and if I just scroll down, we played a lot. So the first game started with a 2-2 home draw against Newcastle. Joe Linton getting a late goal for Newcastle, but Elise and Alexander Isak getting our goals in this one. We then beat Sunderland in a 5-1 away win with Gravenberch, Salah, Elise, Isak and Ekitike getting on the score sheet. We then drew 1-1 in the Champions League away at Atletico Madrid with Hugo Ekitike getting the goal for us in this one. We then beat Everton 2-0 in the Merseyside derby at Anfield. We then beat Southampton 2-0 in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, again at Anfield, with Alexis McAllister and Kenan Yildiz getting the goals. And I've got to mention Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz getting the goals in the Everton game. We then beat Crystal Palace 3-1 away, with Alexander Isak getting himself a goal and Florian Wirtz getting himself a brace. Florian Wirtz having a very good December. We then, just before Christmas, beat Middlesbrough 3-0 with Florian Wirtz getting yet another brace and Kenan Yildiz getting on the score sheet as well. We then, on Boxing Day, beat West Ham 3-0 at home. Again, Florian Wirtz getting on the score sheet, joined this time by Michael Elise and Ryan Gravenberch. We then beat Ipswich 5-1 away with Daniel Maldini scoring the only goal for Ipswich. An interesting signing for them, with Florian Wirtz getting himself yet another December brace. Michael Elise, Vitinha and Alexis McAllister scoring the final goal of that game. We then finished the off-camera games with a 3-0 home win against Fulham, with Ryan Gravenberch, Mo Salah and Alexander Isak rounding off the scorers. We were unbeaten in quite a while, which is good. And today we face Chelsea to try and get revenge for this 5-1 pummeling. Just an update quickly. We sit in 4th place in the Champions League phase. A win would pretty much guarantee us straight through to the round of 16, which is nice. And in the Premier League, we sit top of the table, a point ahead of Manchester City with a game in hand. Now, I also, just because we played quite a lot, want to show you the scorers. Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz leading the line comfortably. Elise having a good season. Rio Engamoa having a decent year. Mo Salah with a lot of assists this year. Obviously missed a lot of football due to AFCON and injuries. So let's get into the lineup we are going to be using to face Chelsea here today. Michael Elise misses out through injury, but other than that, we are pretty much full strength as we go with Alisson, who has signed a new contract, Conor Bradley, Kanate, Van Dijk and Kirkez in defence, with a midfield two of Ryan Gravenberch and Vitinha. Salah starts on the right, Wirtz in the 10, Kenan Yildiz starts on the left, and Alexander Isak will be leading the line as we face Chelsea here today in the Carabao Cup semi-final, first leg. So let's see how Chelsea will be lining up. Okay then, here we have the lineup Chelsea have gone with today. Who is this? No idea. They've gone with Trubin in goal, a back four of Reece James, Fofana, Colwill and Marc Cucurella, with Ruben Neves and Moises Caicedo in midfield. Garnacho on the right, Ebery, Eze on the left, with João Pedro partnering Vitor Roque, the two that caused us a lot of problems in the Premier League tie. Hopefully, we can get ourselves the win here today, as Alexander Isak gets us underway for this Carabao Cup tie. Fingers crossed we won't have a repeat of the league game where we lost 5-1 as Cucurella with the throw. I'm going to have to sort this out because we were in a penalty shootout last time we were recording. As Yildiz trying to beat someone, and it's just past the post from Kenan Yildiz, unfortunately. There's not much is happening here as João Pedro is breaking free with the ball up against, as Conor Bradley heads away, but only as far as Marc Cucurella. Ruben Neves now into Fofana. Reece James finds João Pedro. Vitor Roque. It's a good save by Alisson, but he was offside. Nonetheless, Alisson signing a new contract with 2 years. A 2-year deal, meaning we have another 2.5 seasons with Alisson in goal. Mo Salah has signed the same. Van Dijk does not want to sign a new contract though. He wants to be a staff member, unfortunately. So, not sure really how to navigate that. As Florian Wirtz finds Kenan Yildiz, and it's a good save from Trubin, who pushes it round the post for a Liverpool corner. It's been all Liverpool so far here. But Van Dijk leaving does mean that we will need to pick up a new centre-back if we can't convince him to sign a new contract, should we not win the Champions League this season. As we approach the end of the first half here, been a bit of a lacklustre first half. Not many highlights really. As we go into the break, level. No, the deadlock has not been broken by either team here today, as Vitor Roque gets us underway for the second half. Eze swapping North London for West London. Doesn't really look right in a Chelsea kit, does he? And a good season so far though for Chelsea this year, as Alisson with the goal kick goes long to Mo Salah, who finds Florian Wirtz, who plays a good switch out to Kenan Yildiz, who runs at Reece James, goes back to Kirkez, who finds Gravenberch, who finds Vitinha, and Vitinha opens the scoring here in this Carabao Cup semi-final. It's a really, really well-worked goal, as Kenan Yildiz unselfishly finds Kirkez, gives it back to Yildiz, who gives it to Gravenberch, who plays a lovely ball to Vitinha. It's a really nice, well-worked goal for Liverpool, as Vitinha breaks the deadlock and Liverpool find themselves 1-0 up in this Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. As we approach past the hour mark, not long to go here. And like I said, a bit of a disappointing game here. Not much has happened as Bradley beats Cucurella and tries to find Yildiz at the back post. Headed away by Fofana, and Roque now picks the ball up. Garnacho finds Pedro. Overload on this far side by Chelsea, as Reece James finds Garnacho, who finds Vitor Roque. However, I think Garnacho might have been offside. The Liverpool defenders are appealing for it, and it will go to VAR, as VAR are checking. And I was right with my intuition there, as VAR confirmed that the goal has been disallowed. And as we can see, Garnacho just made that run too early. It's a good first time ball, a good finish from Vitor Roque, but unfortunately for Chelsea, it will not count. As we are going to make some changes, as Chiesa is going to come on for Mo Salah, Robertson for Kirkes, Rio Engamoa to face his old side for Yildiz, Jeremy Frimpong as well, and Alexis McAllister to come on for a struggling Florian Wirtz. As we approach the final 15 minutes here, Rio Engamoa finds Alexis McAllister. Gravenberch plays a good switch out to Frimpong, who is of course fresh on. Goes back to Gravenberch. Back to Frimpong, who tries to find Chiesa but can't. It's cleared, but only as far as Andy Robertson, who tries to just slot it into that bottom right corner, but it just trickles past the post. As we are going into the final 10 minutes here today. As Reece James has a throw, finds Eze, who finds Pedro Neto. Caicedo goes for it, and it's just over by Moises Caicedo. Could that be the last chance of the game here today, as Alexander Isak has not had a great performance, as we are into the final 2 minutes of injury time here. And that is all she wrote for this one. Liverpool are victorious in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg at home against Chelsea. 1-0 victorious, with Vitinha getting the only goal in this one. Carabao Cup tick. Attention now turns to the FA Cup, where we will face Wycombe Wanderers away. So let's get into that FA Cup game and see how both sides will be lining up for it. Okay then, here we are for the FA Cup third round. Wycombe Wanderers line up as follows. They've gone with a back five, with Will Norris in goal, Finback, Anders and Allen as the three centre-halves, with Rob Hunt and Daniel Harvey as the wing-backs, Alex Lowry and Boyd Muntz as the two midfielders, with Jamie Mullins as the 10, Bradley Fink and Joel Noble as the number 9s. We have gone with a fully changed 11 changes for this game today, as we are resting people and going with a reserve 11, with Diogo Costa in goal, a back four of Frimpong, Joe Gomez and Van Hecke, with Robertson left back and captain today. A midfield two of Szoboszlai and Tchouaméni, with Rio Engamoa on the left, Chiesa on the right, Alexis McAllister in the 10, with Hugo Ekitike leading the line. Just confirmation of the two 11s here today. As we can see, a fully rotated 11, but still a good side, and a side that should be able to get the job done, as Hugo Ekitike gets us underway for this FA Cup third round. Hopefully, although we have rotated, our players can do the job. That would be nice, as Frimpong finds McAllister, back to Frimpong, finds Szoboszlai now, who finds Rio Engamoa. Robertson making a really good run. Can he find someone in the middle? He finds Alexis McAllister, and it is 1-0 early on here in this FA Cup tie. It's a really good start and exactly what we wanted. It's a good pass into Robertson's pass by Rio Engamoa, and Robertson finds Alexis McAllister at that front post, and Alexis McAllister taps home to make it 1-0. Just some other FA Cup ties, some decent ones: Fulham, Bournemouth, Burnley, Reading, Villa, Manchester United, I think I saw there. That's Frimpong with the throw. Goes to Tchouaméni. Frimpong beats his man really well. Tries to find Ekitike at the back post, but it's a good save by Norris. Not Lando Norris, of course. He is an F1 driver. But Norris, the Wycombe goalkeeper, instead. As yet, Aston Villa are 2-0 down against Manchester United here today. As a good tie for us, as that eliminates a decent opposition that could challenge us for the FA Cup trophy. As Robertson bombing forward, the club captain for today. As Rio Engamoa goes back to Robertson, back to Engamoa. Rio Engamoa. It's a good save by Norris in the Wycombe goal. Rio Engamoa attacking the fullback nicely there. As Newble trying to get Wycombe going here. Mullins back to Boyd Muntz, but it's dispossessed by Hugo Ekitike. Engamoa plays Ekitike in with a really good ball. Ekitike just trying to cut in, and does so. Hugo Ekitike makes it 2 inside the first 20 minutes here. It's really good defensive play by Ekitike. Good pass through by Engamoa as well. He is tackled by Anders, but Ekitike tackles him back and just slots it into that bottom right corner to make it 2-0. That should put the game out of sight already early on in this one, which is good. Hopefully people can just gain some confidence, gain some minutes, and have a good performance here to try and convince me maybe they should be starting for the first team in the bigger games. As Robertson goes short to Szoboszlai. Robertson got a lot of space to run into here. Tries to cut in, but it falls to Szoboszlai, who curls it into that top right corner. And Liverpool find themselves 3-0 up against Wycombe here. We knew this wouldn't be a close game, really. As Dominic Szoboszlai finds that top right corner. And Liverpool 3-0 up against Wycombe here today. As Wycombe get us underway again. That is something that hopefully we'll be saying a lot. As Rio Engamoa finds himself bombing forward. Can Rio Engamoa go all the way on his own? As he hits the crossbar. I'd like to see the youngster get a couple of goals here today. As Van Hecke wins the header. Chiesa into McAllister. McAllister finds Engamoa out on this left-hand side. He goes back to Robertson. Andy Robertson cutting in on that right foot as it falls to Ekitike and crashes off the bar. You get more highlights in a game like this than you do against Chelsea, as Robertson trying to find someone at the front post but can't. As this is fucking endless, bloody hell. As Rio Engamoa absolutely smashes it past Norris and finds Liverpool 4-0 up with a thumping goal from Rio Engamoa. Touch out of his feet and another, and he just hits it into the top right corner. It's a peach of a goal from the youngster, as Andy Robertson finds himself with his second assist, and Liverpool find themselves 4-0 up going in to the break here in the FA Cup. As Wycombe get us underway for this second half here. Hopefully more to come, as Robertson breaking free with the ball, bombing down this left hand side. Does really well, does Andy Robertson. But Liverpool are dispossessed, but Tchouameni is there. Robertson finds Alexis McAllister. Can Alexis McAllister pull it back? He can, and hits it, and it's wide from Alexis McAllister. As Norris takes the goal kick from that wayward Alexis McAllister shot and goes high and long, and Andy Robertson is there. Andy Robertson really taking control of this game. Finds Rio Engamoa. Rio Engamoa It's a corner to Liverpool. As Andy Robertson having a fantastic game here. As he whips the ball in, headed away, but only as far as Andy Robertson, who finds Alexis McAllister. It's away, and Robertson with another bite of the cherry goes to Szoboszlai, who hits it again, and it's a good save by Norris. As Wycombe yet to even register a shot on target, and the beautiful thing is we don't need to make any substitutions here today because these are all backups. As Rio Ngamoa is blocked and it falls to Frimpong. Jeremy Frimpong driving into the penalty area. Chiesa now finds Alexis McAllister. It's blocked. Falls to Frimpong. Szoboszlai now to Rio Ngamoa. And it's wide from Rio Ngamoa. Liverpool just absolutely bombarding Wycombe here. Right, we need to fucking... Is there a way to put this on less than key? Because Jesus Christ. I don't really want to see this many highlights. As Joe Gomez finds Jeremy Frimpong. Jeremy Frimpong bombing forward now. Finds Alexis McAllister. Alexis McAllister finds Chiesa. And it's a good save from Norris in the Wycombe goal. As we... Fucking hell, how many highlights are there? There should be a way where... if I put it on dynamic... Do you reckon dynamic would have less highlights because they know we're 4-0 up? As Robertson driving forward finds Rio Ngamoa, who blazes it over the bar. As we are approaching the final 20 minutes of this one. As Szoboszlai plays it short to Van Hecke. And Van Hecke gets the 5th of the game for Liverpool. And you have to wonder what would have happened if Liverpool had played a full-strength side here. As we are now into the final 20 minutes of this match. Wycombe finally register their first shot on target. Wycombe just keeping the ball here. Finds back on the right. Plays a good ball through to Sanusi, who tries to find Noble. And Joel Noble, or Noble, whatever the fuck he's called, gets a goal back for Wycombe. It will purely just be a consolation goal. But Wycombe do get a goal against Liverpool. They'll be happy with that. As Frimpong now trying to rescue that 5-goal lead. Dispossessed by the goal scorer, who finds Sanusi. Cutting in does Sanusi, and he hits it, and it's saved by Diogo Costa in the goal. As we are into the final 10 minutes here now. Sanusi been a really bright spark for Wycombe since he came on. As Szoboszlai now with the free kick. Goes short to Chiesa. Szoboszlai now. Can he put a ball in the box? He cuts inside instead. And Norris, it's an easy save for Norris in the end. It goes long. Gomez doesn't do well there. As Mullins tries to find Sanusi. But Robertson is there to dispossess. As Szoboszlai finds McAllister. Rio Ngamoa now. Good tackle by Back, the full-back. Don't make me watch the throw-in. Oh, for fuck's sake. I feel like they need to just why is there so many highlights? When you're 5-0 up, I'm putting it on. I want to see if it will give less highlights. As Frimpong finds Chiesa. Chiesa tries to find McAllister. Especially highlights like these. I feel like key highlights isn't really key highlights on this FM. I feel like they do make it a bit too long. This highlight, even if we score from it, which we haven't, I feel like there was no reason for it to be that long. And this isn't going to be the end of the highlight either, by the way. Like, we're still going. No, absolutely not. Thank you. No, I'm going early commentary. I don't want to watch. Guarantee you no one scores. Into the final 2 minutes of this game now. I didn't think this game would be this long. I thought we'd batter them, but I didn't realise they'd literally show me fucking... I'm not doing an FA Cup live comment again. This is fucking... Rio Ngamoa goes close there, and that surely is the final chance of the game. As an easy victory for Liverpool as we win 5-1 at Wycombe in the FA Cup. A good result there to get through to the next round of the FA Cup. As please let me fucking out. Jesus Christ. It takes so long to get out of the games. As I will be back for... Fucking, I don't even know. Don't even know. Because the Premier League's not really a focus. And the Champions League's fucking miles away. I think we're going to be back for the Newcastle United game away. Or maybe this game. We'll be back soon. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.